France has opened the investigation into the alleged corruption and favoritism in the 36 Rafale fighter jets deal signed with India in 2016, and the French National Financial Prosecutor's Office has said that a French judge has been tasked with investigating the $9.3 billion deal for 36 Rafale fighter jets to India on corruption suspicions. A French news website Mediapart had claimed in April 2021 that millions of euros of hidden commissions were given to a middleman who helped Dassault Aviation to conclude the sale, after which the French NGO SERPA had filed an official complaint for corruption and influence peddling among other accusations, prompting an investigating magistrate to be designated to probe the fighter jet contract. Sri Lanka has signed a $49 million deal with Israel to upgrade 5 of their currently grounded Kfir ground attack aircraft with advanced radar sensors, communication systems and 4+ generation avionics, which had led to speculations that Sri Lanka will not move ahead with the purchase of 12 multi-role combat aircraft through a government-to-government deal, in which India's Tejas light combat aircraft and Chinese JF-17 are participating. The Sri Lankan Air Force is still keen to buy new fighter jets to maintain readiness levels of its pilots, as only 5 aircraft will not prove effective to patrol its maritime interests, but there is a chance that the MRCA competition can be delayed by a few years owing to budgetary constraints, and even when it happens, the cost per unit will be the major deciding factor. While responding to a question over the Air Force's reservations about the setting up of theatre commands, the Chief of Defence Staff has said that the Indian Air Force is a supporting arm, just as the artillery units support the combatant arm in the Indian Army, and the Air Force is required to provide air support to both ground forces and naval ships. The Indian Air Force is upset with this classification of a support arm like the artillery, and the Indian Air Force Chief has said that the Air Force is not against integrated theatre commands, but the country must get it right because this is the most important defence reform that would have a decisive impact on combat capability in the future. The CDS wants to raise and operationalize 4 new commands, and each of the 4 commands will place all the assets and manpower of the Army, Navy and Air Force under a single operational commander by August 2023. Israel has announced that its Shelter Systems has won a $10 million contract to deliver dozens of Drone Guard counter-UAV systems to a country in South Asia. Elter's Drone Guard is an operationally proven 360-degree multi-sensor, multi-layer anti-drone system that can detect and track hundreds of targets simultaneously from a range of 4.5 kilometers and can verify, identify and classify them from a range of 2.5 kilometers and can target low radar cross-section UAVs from a range of 2 kilometers. The Ukrainian company Motor Sich has announced that it will supply 14 engines for the Turkish T-129 attack helicopter. During the last visit of Ukrainian President to Turkey in April, Turkey was offered about 50% of the shares of the strategic enterprise Motor Sich. This agreement between Turkey and Ukraine shows that it has managed to solve the engine problem, and this assumes significance as Turkey is looking to supply 30 T-129 helicopters to Pakistan under a $1.5 billion agreement signed in 2018. A Chinese-built port is being revived in the East African nation of Tanzania, the completion of which will provide strategic advantages to the Chinese Navy in the Indian Ocean. The $10 billion deal to construct the port at Bagamoyo was signed in 2013 by China's largest port operator, China Merchants Holdings, and the Bagamoyo port will also provide China with an entry point to the Democratic Republic of Congo, where lies an estimated $24 trillion of untapped mineral deposits including gold. Following the Chinese base in Djibouti, this second naval base in the Indian Ocean might solve China's overdependence on the Malacca Strait.